Whales feel their role is to imbue every molecule of water with love, to fill the oceans with love. The ocean, as the waves hit the shore, it's like bringing that love into the land masses to somehow permeate the land and then help to heal us and the planet.
From tiny flies to majestic blue whales, our beautiful Earth co-inhabitants share the same mission in life: to help awaken the compassionate nature of humanity and bring love to this awe-inspiring planet. In what ways are the animals helping us, and what are their messages for us? On today's Animal World, our co-inhabitants, we are delighted to present the first part of our two-part interview with British telepathic animal communicator Madeline Walker, author of An Exchange of Love: Animals Healing People in Past, Present and Future Lifetimes. Miss Walker has a great passion for informing others about the loving nature of animals and their roles on our planet. She hosts clinics where she listens to animals communicate about their past and present traumas, performs distant readings of animal communications for clients and teaches courses for those who wish to be certified in telepathic animal communication.
My normal everyday job is like an animal communicator. I get called out to visit people in their homes, or it might be like a livery stable yard to see horses, because I mainly work with horses. But I get asked to talk to guinea pigs, chinchillas, cats, dogs, all sorts of animals, and it's lovely to be able to get messages from them.
What's it like to talk with animals? Miss Walker's first experience came unexpectedly while she was visiting a friend.
I was cuddling my friend's little Jack Russell puppy, and I suddenly got these words in my head, and it started to look at me very sort of, very precisely and in a very profound way, and sort of focus like an eye-to-eye contact. And I heard this voice in my head saying, I'm a reincarnation of my friend Lee's old dog, and I've come back to keep helping her because she's having a difficult time. So I thought, okay, this dog is talking to me, that's weird enough, but it's also talking about reincarnation, which is really weird. I hadn't really thought about reincarnation at all before then, and certainly not thinking about actually talking to animals in a telepathic way, because it was like a voice in my head, but I knew it wasn't my voice. I put the dog down, and this little Jack Russell's face then started to change into a border collie with very specific spots on the muzzle. And I was looking at this puppy thinking, oh my gosh, what on earth's going on here? And then just as suddenly it went back to being a little Jack Russell face. And so I asked my friend, have you had a dog before? And she said, oh, not for years. And I said, well, what did you have? She said, I had a border collie called Briar. And I thought, oh my goodness. So she said, why do you ask? And I said, well, your little puppy's just told me that he's a reincarnation of Briar, and he's come back to carry on helping you. I know that might sound mad. And she said, well, actually, it doesn't sound mad, because I've only had him for 5 days, and he just seems to know me. He seems to know my every move, and everybody that's met him just seems to think he's such a wise little soul in this tiny little puppy frame. So I asked her if she had a photograph of Brian. So she went and got a photograph and showed me, and it was exactly the face with the spots on the muzzle that the puppy had shown. And from then on, it's like the floodgates opened. I started to hear animals all over the place.
Miss Walker believes that many of the physical and mental discomforts humans experience are a direct result of past life experiences, and that animals come to be with us life after life to heal the trauma from their own past lives, as well as that of their human companions.
Strange as it might seem, I do believe that we do travel in soul groups, and that our animals do find us again if there's something that needs resolving. By flagging that up, very often we can work to release the physical discomfort as well as any emotional discomfort.
One of Miss Walker's gifts is the ability to communicate with animals after they've passed on.
I get a lot of requests from people all around the world who have had an animal that's passed, and they obviously want to know that the animal's okay. Well, they usually email me a photograph to get the messages of reassurance from the animals, and very often they'll describe someone that they've connected with in spirit, and it might be like a grandfather or a mother or a father of the human carer. And it's so nice to have such a clear evidence of that. And the other day I had a Dalmatian that had passed over, and from the photograph that the lady sent me from America, I could see this dog with a black dog and another Dalmatian that felt very sort of nurturing, and lots of other dogs around, but those two seemed to be the ones that were looking after it, and also a lovely gentleman who I felt was their grandfather. They were all looking after each other, which was fantastic. The animals are far more expanded than we are, and the great thing is that they really want us to expand and be empowered as well. That's what I love so much.
Based in Somerset, UK, we asked Miss Walker if in the course of her work she had ever become aware that a human was an animal in a previous life or vice versa.
Well, strange as it might seem, I do believe that. I have had cases where I've had human clients that have been animals before and animals that have been human before. I wasn't entirely sure about that, and then I was giving a demonstration with an old mare called Pebbles, and she showed me an incarnation where she'd been sort of an ancient master of Eastern medicine. And I was very worried as to how the students that were listening to this demonstration were going to take it. I was not sure about it at all. But it did seem to make sense. This old mare seemed very, very wise, and the reasons she gave for coming back as a horse made a lot of sense.
Since time immemorial, horses have been loved by humans for their beauty, loyalty and gentleness. Studies have shown that horses help cultivate children's self-confidence and communication skills.
I recently worked with a pony, and the mother of the girl who rode the pony was very concerned about her daughter's lack of confidence, and she wasn't sure how her daughter would accept any advice that she might be able to give, but she said perhaps if you can talk to the pony while the daughter is with you and see if the pony can give some advice. The pony started to describe some new riding techniques that the girl had been taught, and then this pony started talking about her mathematics at school, and then the pony gave me a statement, something like, if this girl could only believe in herself, she would find this subject so much easier if she just trusted herself and her just to have that self-belief. And it was quite extraordinary because the girl went quite pale and said, those are the exact words my maths teacher has just written yesterday in my half-term report. How did the pony know? And I don't know. And it just helped reinforce that this girl really did need to think about that, and did need to think about believing in herself, and that everybody else knew she could do it, and this pony certainly thought she could do it, so it was time perhaps that she started believing in herself.
Madeline Walker says that communication between humans and animals is simply the giving and receiving of overwhelming love, and she has the following advice for those wishing to deeply connect with an animal friend.
When I'm teaching people, I advise them to perhaps imagine a thread of light or a cord of light from your heart to the animal's heart, and just imagine sending all love down that cord, and just thanking the animal for being there and for having patience with you, and just that you're here to help, and is there anything they can tell you to help to their needs better, or perhaps something that we need to learn, and then just be open to listening and just see what happens. And it might be a feeling, or just a word, or you might get a smell or a taste, or a video clip in your head. It can affect people in different ways. All the indigenous tribes have always communicated that way with the planet, and it's just something that we've become a bit distanced from. And again, it's about believing in ourselves and trusting that process. I think we've got so brainwashed into thinking that it's, you know, it's strange. You don't go talking to animals or trees or, you know, plants. You know, it's all too weird, and that's not what we do. But of course, I say, tribes around the world, you know, have always communicated that way, and that's what they believe.